Hello and welcome to the Red Fox Report presented by the Center for Sports Communication. I'm James Haug.
And I'm Robert DeFelice.
And today we're going to take you out to the ballpark with action from baseball and softball.
But we kick things off with softball as the Red Foxes travel to Tampa to take on USF, and they're looking to turn their season around. Starting in the bottom of the first, it's Vivian Pond hitting a missile out to left, scoring 2 as Marist goes down early 2-0. Now moving into the bottom of the second, it is Kylie Myers who starts to get in trouble as USF keeps tacking on runs. Now down 5-0, the Foxes are looking for a much-needed answer. Moving on to the top of the sixth, Maddie Pleasance hits a squeaker into the outfield as Marist cuts the lead down to 3. And the top of the seventh, Marist down 6-2 looking for a comeback, but unfortunately this double play would cut that short as the Red Foxes fall to USF 6-2. Joining me now is the center field softball beat writer, Jacob Aframian. Jacob, some struggles and some successes. What do you make of the team's out-of-conference play thus far?
Well, yeah, Rob, obviously the softball, they've started 8-18. They're 10 games out of 500. They've faced a pretty tough non-conference schedule. They've played teams like Texas, who are a top 10 team in the country, and they've played some other good teams like Lehigh, Nevada, etc. So there's a lot for them to obviously work on. They want to get better, but they feel pretty confident going into conference play. And I think as soon as they get into conference play, as they start doing that, this weekend things are going to start to change and roll in their favor.
Now, this is a very young team overall, with the exception of Kalista Fiffin, who has been the spirit of the Red Foxes thus far. Through 65 innings pitched, she has an ERA of 2.04 and 61 strikeouts. What do we expect from her on and off of the mound?
I think you're going to expect more of the same. You know, the numbers that you had, I think she's going to be able to continue that kind of dominance. She's been an incredible player for Marist all 5 years now. She's kind of like the heartbeat of the team. She's been around forever, and she's a gamer. She's a great leader on and off the field, and she's someone that a lot of the players lean on for help and guidance, and someone that, you know, keeps them afloat. And she's just an incredible pitcher. She's a gamer, and I think that you're going to see more of the same kind of brilliance from her throughout the season.
Absolutely. And now, moving into conference play, this is a team that was ranked second in the preseason Coaches' MAC poll. What should we see for improvements from the team as they transition into that conference play to live up to that expectation?
Yeah, well, I think that they want to get better in the field. They've had some defensive miscues in a lot of games. I know that's something that Coach Asanio told me when I talked to him last week. That's something that they definitely want to improve upon. And I think situational hitting is another thing they'd like to get better at. Their bat's been pretty good this year, but at the same time, they know that they need to get better if they want to be able to win the MAC, which is their ultimate goal. They were second in the MAC, obviously, as you stated. Canisius was the #1 team. They are the reigning champs as well. And I think that Marist knows that if they want to win the MAC, they're going to have to go through Canisius and be able to beat them. And they're going to get their shot this Sunday when they get into a doubleheader against them. And I think that for Marist, just getting better at the little things and doing them consistently, that is, if they can do that, they will definitely be a force to be reckoned with in the MAC.
Thank you, Jacob.
All right, we're going to head over to baseball as Marist traveled up to West Point to take on their former head coach, Chris Traz. Bottom of the first inning, Army with a 1-0 lead. Sam Ruda with a 2-run opposite field shot to extend Army's lead to 3. Ruda with 3 RBIs on the day. Top of the seventh, runner on first. Marist looking to get something going, but Dylan Hoy is going to pop into a double play as Ethan Conrad gets doubled off first base to end any potential rally. Army would have 3 more in the bottom of the seventh. Now in the eighth, Nico Amory blasts a 3-run homer to left field, his 5th home run of the year, but it would not be enough as Marist goes on to lose 8-4.
That's all we have for you today. For James Haug, I'm Robert DeFelice, and this has been the Red Fox Report presented by the Marist Center for Sports Communication.